So what are some other really unique and cool, fun stories that you might have?
Yeah, this is one of my favorite stories to tell. Was one of our first patients. He was a cancer patient, and he was doing well. He was still driving and still, he was doing okay. We ask a lot of questions on admission, and one of those questions, like we said, is, do you have a faith? Is that something that's important to you? John said, well, I believe what I believe, and we'll just leave it at that. He always called me Lee, because my last name is Leestma. And so he always just, from the very get-go, he just said, I believe what I believe, we'll leave it at that, Lee. And so over the next couple of months, I think that he looked at me as someone who he could kind of ask those questions. And so we started having those conversations a little bit. And, at that point, I was praying pretty regularly with John, and I'll never forget, he called me on a Thursday night, and he says, what do you think about all this COVID stuff? And, I told him, clinically what was going on. And he says, well, Lee, do you think this is the end of the world? And I said, boy, I don't know. That's a big question. And so we talked about that a little bit. And he says, I thought I had a Bible in my house somewhere, and I can't find it. Can you bring me a Bible? And I said, yeah, sure. I'll be there tomorrow, and I'll bring you a Bible. So, of course, the next day was Friday, and that was the day that our nurse was scheduled to go see him. And nurse came out, and John had, again, he was a cancer patient, but he had a massive heart attack, and so he had passed. I wish that I was able to get that Bible to him before he passed, but I also know that just the night prior, John was asking me about, is this the end? And he had kind of a hunger and a thirst for spiritual things. Yeah, it's just one of those stories that just really sticks with me, and I'm confident that I'll see John again someday. Yeah, it was really neat because he was really one of our very first patients.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really cool.